Hello, I'm Stan Stalnaker with Hub Culture, and we're at Climate Week NYC here in New York, now in its 5th year at the C2ES event, which is just wrapped up. And joining me is Lisa Shpritz, who's the Senior Vice President for the Global and Environmental Group at Bank of America. Very long title, very big bank. Tell us about your involvement with C2ES and Climate Week.
Great. Well, this is a fantastic opportunity. At Bank of America, we really are proud of the partnership that we've developed with C2ES, and it's a long-standing partnership. And it's very important to us that we are part of a dialogue that really looks at how we can best address climate change, how we can work as a corporation and use our influence and our scale in order to answer those really tough questions. I think that a lot of times it's hard to ask and answer those tough questions.
Well, they're really complex issues, right?
Of course.
So it's really difficult to get a single answer out of anything because there's so many inputs.
Exactly.
Yeah. So one of the themes today at the C2ES event was around resilience. And I know that there was a report that was just done by C2ES that has a very long title, so I'm going to read it out, but it was called Weathering the Storm, Building Business Solutions to Climate Change. And you guys were involved with that report?
Absolutely. We partnered with C2ES to develop this report, and our Global Environmental Executive, Alex Lichtman, joined with Eileen on the executive summary and the intro, and Bank of America underwrote the report. And the reason why is because it's really important to take the unbelievable information that we've learned about risk management, and then also environmental management, and bring them together. A lot of times those folks sit in different rooms, different boardrooms.
Well, and it comes back to that complexity, right? So how do you distill it all down? Were there any sort of findings out of the report that were particularly relevant to the bank? And in general, how is the bank approaching the subject of climate?
So I think that we've been looking at this for a good bit of time, and particularly through our work with the Carbon Disclosure Project, now CDP, working with them to disclose and talk about how we track, manage, and hopefully reduce our emissions. That's really driven us into this conversation. And so resilience is another element of it. So there's the piece of reducing our emissions from our internal operations, but then there's also looking at those external forces that could possibly affect our customers, their livelihoods, supply chain, other issues like that. So for us, it's really important that we're engaged in the conversation, looking at resilience and how it can affect our company.
Right. Well, Bank of America being really at the center of American finance, you guys obviously play a role in terms of lending, in terms of helping both large businesses and small businesses adapt. Are you finding that there's interest from your customers in finding new ways to maybe fund like investments in clean energy or a small-scale movement towards basically sustainability?
Absolutely. So we have a 10-year, $50 billion environmental business initiative that was launched. I know. That was launched at the beginning of this year, and it was preceded by a $20 billion 10-year initiative that we completed in just under 7 years, and so a total $70 billion, which is the largest amongst our peers. And a lot of this is a way of identifying and recognizing and putting together all of these, exactly what you just said, the investments, the working with our customers and delivering products that they want that are in this space, whether it's working to do financing for a wind farm, or whether it's working to help ensure that you have a reasonable rate when you buy a hybrid or electric vehicle.
Right.
So
I guess the theme of this conversation is sort of complexity, right?
Yes.
So making it all fit together, and then obviously you need to oil those gears, right? And that's what finance does.
Absolutely. Hopefully, ideally.
Yes. Lisa, thank you so much. I'm Stan Stalnaker with Lisa Shpritz from Bank of America here at C2ES and Climate Week NYC. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.